So today for lesson 8, we're going to round multi-digit numbers to any place value using the vertical number line. So for our first page here, you can see that I've drawn a line down the center because we're going to do one place value at a time. So we're going to complete each statement by rounding the number to the given place value and use the number line to show our work. So for number 1, going down the left-hand side, we're going to be focusing just on the 10,000s place. Okay? So for number 1, A, we see that we have the number 53,000. So looking at the number that we're starting with, we have 5 10,000s. So that's the bottom of our number line. One more gets us 6 10,000s. Okay, half of 10,000 is 5,000. So 55,000 would be in the middle. So when we're rounding to the 10,000s place, we got to look over to that thousands place. So we see that we have 3 thousands, which is less than 5 thousands. So our number would be below our midpoint line, which means we're rounding down. Okay, the 3 tells us to round down. So now looking at letter B here, now we have 42,708. Well, again, we have 4 10,000s. Okay, so that's the bottom of our number line. One more is 5 10,000s. So our midpoint would then be 45,000. So looking at a number, we have 2 in the thousands place, which means we're below our halfway point. So again, we're going to be rounding down. So the 2 in the thousands place tells us that we're rounding down to 40,000. Okay, next one's a little bit different, okay, because we're going into the 100,000s, but we're still rounding to the 10,000s place. So looking at our number here, we have 406,823, but we have 40 10,000s. So our bottom line here is 40 10,000s. One more would be 41 10,000s. Notice how our 10,000s place is the one that's changing. So our midway point then would be 405,000. So looking at our number here, we see we have a 6 in the thousands place. Again, when we're rounding to the 10,000s place, we look at the thousands place. So that 6 is more than our 5, so our number goes above the midpoint line. So we need to round up to 41 10,000s, or 410,000. Okay, moving on to number 2, looking at the 100,000s place. So our first number here is 240,000. So we have 200,000s. One more is 300,000. Half of 100,000 is 50,000. Okay, so we see that we have, since we're rounding to the 100,000s, we look at the 10,000s place. So that 4 tells us that we're below our midpoint line. So 240,000 would go right in here, and we would round down. Okay, same thing here for letter B. We have 449,019, so we are starting with 400,000s. One more is 500,000. So 450,000 is in the middle. So since we're running to the nearest 100,000, we look at the 10,000s place and we see that we have a 4. Okay, which tells us we're below our halfway point. Okay, so we're going to round down to 400,000. Okay, and then finally our last one. We have 964,103. Okay, so we're starting off with 900,000s. Okay, one more is 10,000,000s, or 1 million. So you can see the 9 and the 10,000,000s. Okay, so the 6 in the 10,000s place tells us that we're past our midpoint. So we need to round up to 10,000,000s, also called 1 million. Okay, so moving on to our word problems here. You can see number 3. We have 975,000 songs were downloaded in one day. We need to round this number to the nearest 100,000 to estimate how many songs were in one day. And we're going to use the number line to show our work. Okay, so we're going to the 100,000. So again, we have 900,000s. Okay, one more is 10,000,000s, or 1 million. So our halfway point would be 950,000. Okay, so we have 7 in the 10,000s place, which tells us that we're past our midpoint. So we would round up to 1 million. So we would say about 1 million songs were downloaded in one day. Okay, number 4, this number was rounded to the nearest 10,000. Okay, so we're looking at 10,000. List the possible digits that could go in the thousands place to make this statement correct. And we're going to use a number line to show our work. So we're looking at 10,000s. So we have 13 10,000s because that's how much we're starting with here in our original number. So we're going up to 14 10,000s. So 135,000 would be in the middle. Okay, so now we need to figure out a number in the thousands place that would round down to 130,000. Well, we know that if we put a 5 in that thousands place, we're going to be going up. So we need numbers that are less than 5 in that thousands place. So we could have a 4, we could have a 3, 2, 1, or 0. Okay, so these are the numbers that are going to round down to 100,000. Okay, remember 5 or less, let it rest. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 could make the statement true. Okay, because once we put a 5 or anything above 5, we're going to end up rounding up to 140,000. Okay, for our last one, we're going to do some estimation. Okay, now remember, to estimate, we need to round numbers, then perform the operation. So we have 712,350 minus 342,802. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to round each of those numbers to the 10,000s place. Okay, so our first number here, we have 71 10,000s. 2 in the thousands place tells us to go down. So we're going to keep it at 71 10,000s. Our second number here, we have 34 10,000s. Well, the 2 again in the thousands place tells us to keep it at 34 10,000s. Okay, then we can subtract it out. And we see we get 370,000. This would be our estimate. Okay, so we rounded to get these numbers, and then this becomes our estimate. Okay, for our last one here, we have to round to the nearest 100,000s. So our first number is starting with 700,000s. The 1 in the 10,000s place tells us to round down to 700,000. Okay, and then the next number, we have 300,000s. Well, the 4 in the 10,000s place tells us to round down to 300,000. So now we can subtract that out, and then now we get our estimate.